Welcome everybody, my name is Dalen Fuller. Today we will be talking about a very important American, and he made his mark and will forever be remembered in American history. Jesse Owens, who we'll be talking about, made an impact on Olympic sports in his early life, dominated and won 4 gold medals, and then later in life became a speaker for African American rights and so on. It is important to our history because not only was he the first American to be successful in Olympics like he did, but he was the first African American to do so in a time where racism and prejudice was very common. Today we will discuss right now the early life of Owens and his accomplishments, and then after his career. In his early life, he was born one of 10 children. As you can see right here, he was one of 10 children, mostly girls. They grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, where he started up his career. He engaged in high school track, and he went to Cleveland East Technical High School, where he was encouraged to focus on track. And he dominated every meet. And his coaches pushed for him to try out for the U.S. Olympic team for the 1932 Summer Games. As you can see right here, this is him at Cleveland High, dominating. And then now let's talk about his major accomplishments. He became American hero in 1936 in the Berlin Olympics. His victories, and not only other black athletes, doing the sport at the time, they kind of discounted racial realities at the time, and it was kind of like they ignored it because of what they were doing at the time, because it's never been done by anybody. With that being said, Owens won 4 gold medals in the Berlin Olympics, and he was the first to do so. Jim Crow laws in the 1930s extended to all facets of life, and really his victories paved a new way of thinking for Americans, supporting and being desensitized to discrimination, especially in the sports category. So he kind of just opened a new way for everybody. Now that you know about his accomplishments, let's talk about his later life. Let's see. That's him. That's his bud from the track team, kind of showing you an example of how racial and discrimination was kind of ignored once he got there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So after the 1936 Berlin Games, his license was revoked. Really, we not for sure the real reason why. It could have been discrimination, it could have been other factors, but his career pretty much ended after that. And with that being said, he became a speaker about, Black American rights, and he spoke out and hoped to change the minds of many. And he left his legacy behind. And with that being said, he passed in 1980 fighting illness, but he really left his mark on life. And you can see him later in life, his wife, just kind of a speaker, just speaking out, trying to fight for American rights, Black American rights. But knowing about his life, we can conclude that Jesse's importance should be known, and his significance is carried by many later in life, influencing Olympic competition. And then his early life is what really drove him, just trying to get out of Cleveland and being motivated by coaches who were white. So, yeah.